Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of the Bug Warrior. As you know, runes are really hard to come by this season and everybody is talking about how to get runes by claiming the Ancestral Favor caches from the lunar event. The method indeed works, but I wanted to give it a try because I wasn't sure which zone or dungeon was the best one to farm in order to get enough reputation and claim these caches as quickly as possible. What I am about to show you will allow you to claim for sure one Ancestral Favor cache from the lunar event every 10 to 15 minutes. Well, after trying many activities and dungeons, I ended up with the top 3 dungeons that in my humble opinion gave me the best results, and Deserted Underpass was the winner. These are all spider dungeons as people call them, and as you know, the cool thing about the spider hosts is that once you kill them, they will spawn even more spiders. If you mix that with the narrow space and the small size of the dungeons, it is a perfect combo to maximize kills once you activate a shrine. Remember that in order to get reputation or experience at the lunar event, you need to find a shrine, activate it, followed by killing as many enemies as you can in 2 minutes. This short window makes it very hard to farm for this type of caches, but once again, the dungeons I'm about to show you work great for me, and please do take into consideration that the build I am using sucks at speed farming, so I hope farming these dungeons will work even better for you. One last thing, remember that once you are done with farming a dungeon, you need to leave the dungeon, then click the reset dungeons button and repeat. Alright, so let's look at the top 3 spider dungeons to farm to get lunar event caches. At number 3, I rank Zarat's Lair. This is the first dungeon that I wanted to try, as some players claim that in under 10 minutes you will get for sure the 4500 points of reputation that you need to claim a lunar event cache. However, for me it wasn't like that, but then again my build sucks at speed farming, so that might be why. Anyhow, I managed to get almost 3000 points of reputation by finding 3 shrines in 15 minutes. The cool thing about this dungeon is that it's only one floor, making it great to kill enemies once you activate a shrine. However, finding the shrine might be the problem, because if you don't get it, since this is the biggest spider dungeon on this list, you might waste precious time only to find out that there was no shrine. Other than that, this dungeon is fantastic, especially if you find the nest event where you need to destroy eggs before they hatch while having the shrine's effect active. At number 2 we have Sirocco Caverns dungeon. This dungeon allowed me to earn a total of 3500 points of reputation by activating 4 shrines in 15 minutes. Sirocco Caverns has 2 floors, but in order to unlock the access to the second floor, you need to destroy first 3 silken spires. To be honest, I found all shrines in the second floor, meaning that you have to destroy the silken spires at the first floor and try to keep as many enemies as you can alive. This way, once you activate the shrine at the second floor, you will kill the enemies at that floor and then go back to the first one and complete your run. The layout of the map is great because it feels like one big circle, plus the density of enemies at this dungeon is fantastic. The amount of reputation might be similar to what I was able to get at Zarat's Lair, but for me the spawn rate of shrines was higher. This is why this dungeon is ranked at number 2. At number 1 we find the Deserted Underpass dungeon. I ran it for an hour and in average every 15 minutes you will get between 4500 to 4700 points of reputation. Although at one 15-minute run I got a total of 6815 points of reputation. This dungeon is divided into 2 parts. The first part requires from you to slay all enemies in the Web Caverns before you can travel to the Slithering Grounds. To be honest, all you need to do is farm the first part. This dungeon is almost as if it was meant to be used during the lunar event. The reason is that once you activate the shrine, it's guaranteed that you will kill all enemies in the Web Caverns, the first part. If you even have some time left from activating the shrine, trust me, leave the dungeon and try again. It's going to be much faster. The shrine spawn rate at this dungeon is really good. There is no need to go into the second part from my perspective. Aside from these dungeons, I tried Helltides, Headhunt Zones, and other dungeons, such as Hoarfrost Demise, but in average I was getting 2500 points of reputation per every 15 minutes, so the dungeons seem to be better. Last but not least, please do take into consideration that the lunar event lasts until February the 18th, so it's up to you to take advantage of these infinite caches that are guaranteed to give you at least one legendary rune and farm for as many as you can before the event is over. The caches themselves are really good, as you can see, because not only you will get the legendary, you will also be getting magic runes and rare runes, and remember you can take these last ones at the jeweler for a chance to convert them into legendary runes. We reached the end of the video. If you found this video interesting, please don't forget to share, like, comment or subscribe. Thank you so much for stopping by and I will see you in the next video.